Hey guys, what's up? It's time to Nefis and Chill, and we are back on the Harrowstorm DLC PTS for the Update 25 coming to the Elder Scrolls Online. And we are going to actually be going over the changes to block. Now, this has been a pretty major feature of Update 25. Previously, in a forum post, besides the patch note post, they actually went over block. And that they said they're going to streamline it. And specifically, they said they will update block to be calculated more efficiently by the server, similarly to sprint. And for those of you who don't remember, sprint was streamlined. So if you look at my stamina bar, it's ticking down bit by bit rather than in chunks. That applies to mount sprint as well. Now that was pretty well done, but a lot of people are lambasting the streamlining to block quite a bit, and it's pretty easy to tell why. The patch notes are not very well worded in my opinion. It's confused quite a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of PMs and ads on Discord asking me what's going on, why did they fuck block. And I'm going to show you guys what exactly is happening on the public test server with block. And we'll be going over the PTS changes one by one, so we don't lose anyone, and hopefully it's not very confusing. Now, the main point they want to get across to us in the patch notes is the core block behaviors are untouched between mechanics and cost. So it's gonna be the same thing apparently. And apparently, just to like have it more, I don't know, fluid looking, animation has been noticeably affected. Now, it definitely feels weird to me coming from live to PTS and back to live again. It feels weird, it looks weird. Definitely a lot of people have noticed this like block icon appearing late, and some abilities, some of the animations are showing despite you block canceling them as fast as you can, despite them saying the core mechanics have not been touched. So like here on PTS, I'll actually be showing a side by side in the finished video. This is the PTS right now. I'm going to be block canceling Igneous Shield. As you can see, my character is doing a bit more of the Igneous Shield, and for a lot of people, the block shield icon is not appearing until the very end. And a lot of people think, okay, this means that block drops if you try to block cancel an animation, which we'll see pretty soon is not true. So just to test that, we're at this world boss here, Short Tusk. We're gonna aggro it, and then we're gonna make sure the heavy attack is procced, and we're gonna block animation cancel this. Now you might be saying, oh, well, you blocked it towards the end, you didn't block it actually. We're gonna do that again. And I'm gonna try to time it so that the block icon does not appear. So really late. There you go. And just as another example of the block canceling thing, the effects of skills are still going out even before the full block appears, or rather the block shield icon appears. So here we're going to use balance without the block canceling. There's the full animation, and here's the block canceling. As you can see, the effect still went out. Just like kind of pretty much like, I mean, it feels weird, it looks weird, but that's pretty much it. They basically try to make it more accurate, I suppose, in terms of appearance as to what's actually going on. But I think it's definitely going to be something to get used to. It definitely feels weird, looks a little weird compared to live, a little clunky for a lot of people from what I've seen on forums and elsewhere. Otherwise, yeah. We're going to be going over the other points of the changes to block actually here. So the visual effects for blocking will still appear as soon as block is officially activated, which has been untouched in terms of how long it takes to activate. So I don't know about that because the visual effects for block does not appear as soon as block is officially activated. I don't know what they mean by officially activated, but it's definitely not as soon as it's activated, the block icon. So perhaps fixing when the block icon shows is gonna be a bit more helpful for players, because I think that's that's the main factor confusing quite a lot of players. But other than that, a lot of people were also confused about the last point to block. Fixed an issue where you could activate block when you didn't have enough stamina to actually block the next attack. You will now need to have adequate resources based on your block cost in order to activate and successfully block the next attack. And then it goes on for 2 more points. Attacks that reduce your stamina to 0 continue to remove block after you successfully mitigate the effect. Attacks that reduce your stamina to 0 to continue to remove block after you successfully mitigate the effect. Effects that normally would be mitigated via block through this scenario will no longer cancel their effect since your ability to block has been removed. So we're going to actually take a look at this by draining our entire stamina pool and see what's up. I'm just going to try to keep blocking. I'm holding block. I'm still holding block, but something just disappears. I'm still holding block. I can no longer hold block. I can hold block. Wish there was some sort of... I cannot hold block. So we just we're 0% there. So we just couldn't hold block for a bit there. As you can see, I can't hold block. And drop actually just automatically blocks. If I can't afford to basically block the next attack based on my current block cost reduction. Pretty interesting change. Here in these 2 clips from live versus PTS, I'm just showing you guys me casting wall without block canceling, and then me casting another wall soon after with block canceling. Personally, I didn't really feel a difference between the block canceling visually and feeling wise. I didn't really see a difference between live and PTS, so that's good news, I guess. But now I do need to talk to you guys about a problem that I did find on the PTS with the changes to block. Now, I, like many of you, participate in the grapevine of ESO, sometimes going to the forums and sometimes going elsewhere, and I've seen a lot of people say bar swapping on PTS with block is really bad. So I decided to test this by going to the PTS and going to normal Cloud Rest, and because I know the timing of the heavy attacks of the ad so well compared to that stupid Kaguri world boss, I felt like, okay, well, I mean, if if there's something wrong with bar swapping with block, then I should probably know. And initially it felt okay, but at the same time, something felt off, so I decided to test this back on the Kaguri world boss, which is a bit more static, obviously, as you can tell from these insane pulls. It seems that for those of you tanks out there in both PvE and I guess PvP as well, but definitely most felt in PvE, where the people who've tanked trials can tell you that bar swapping at the wrong moment can mean life or death, especially in trials like Harrowstorm, Citadel, Sunspire, and so forth, where there's channeled abilities and heavy attacks from bosses and elite ads. It's busted. I don't know how to I can't sugarcoat it, but it's kind of busted. So here in this clip, we're just seeing me, just constantly almost bar swap. And as you can see, the shield icon is pretty fast at displaying. Now you might think just like block canceling an animation of a skill or something, or certain skills in some cases, it should be fine. But here I'm going to show you a clip of me doing the same thing on the PTS, and there's a really noticeable delay in block coming up after a bar swap. This is probably the most negative thing I can say about the block changes coming to us on the PTS. Hopefully they can fix this. Another really big issue is, besides that, or 2 big issues, it felt just really bad. It just did not feel like live at all. Like combat-wise, gameplay-wise, I didn't like it at all. The new bar swap with the block. It's a much, much larger window of time that you don't have block activated as you bar swap. Also, another big thing that needs to be addressed is that if you bar swap too many times while holding block, you cannot block anymore. Block just breaks. Yeah, that's not good news. So the only way to fix this was to literally relog. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much the block changes coming to live, or rather the block changes on PTS Week 1, Harrowstorm DLC. Hopefully I've clarified some misunderstandings about the patch notes, and hopefully, yeah, you guys learned something. Thanks for enough as a chilling with me. I'll be making a lot more PTS videos, and I'll also be showing you guys my build setups for self-explanatory hard mode as a medium armor tank, and also my God Slayer tank setup. Setups in Better Sunspire as well. So stay tuned and see you guys next time. Stay safe.